Alright guys, as you guys can see, I am in the Old Town Sportsman Autopilot 120. This is actually a scratch and dent model from Appomattox River Company. So I jumped all over it to save $400 or $500. And as far as I can tell, it's fully functional. I just picked it up about 10 minutes ago, 15 minutes ago. Got her set up and on the water. And right now we are doing 3.8 at full speed. And it's just as cool as the 106 Minn Kota. Except for you have spot lock and you can control it with this remote, but you can still steer with your feet just like the 106, so you don't even have to touch the remote if you don't want to steer, which is a nice feature. So you can really be hands-free. You can work a line, work a bank line, hands-free completely. Just set the speed, steer, just like you do on the 106 Minn Kota. But the big thing is this has GPS-enabled spot lock. So when I get over here, I can literally just hit a button and it's going to keep me there just like it does in my blue sky with the Minn Kota. Now I'm not going to be out here long. I have to get back home, but I want to do an on the water video for you guys. First impressions of the 120 Autopilot by Old Town. Cool thing about this is you can take that drive out, put a plug in, leave the battery at home, and you have a paddle kayak that is super stable. You can steer with your feet and take to the river. Now the other cool thing is, say I'm coming up on some shallow, pops up just like that. Super easy. It automatically aligns the prop for you, and you don't even have to lean forward to do anything. All you do is just pop this cleat, and now it's back engaged and we're good to go. So now I'm just kind of creeping up and I'm going to show you guys the spot lock feature. The only thing I have seen, like people have said, is this kind of holds water right here. So not that big a deal in the summer months, but if you're fishing with it in the winter, might be a little bit bigger of a deal. Okay, so we're in pretty shallow water. I can kind of see, and that's the spot lock feature. Okay, I just hit the button. Now it's driving itself to keep me right here. I'm gonna throw a chatterbait for a few minutes and talk to you guys about stability. Stability is, as you would imagine, rock solid. Super stable boat. It is a little wet with these scupper holes. I wish it would have kind of been a little lower in the center versus lower on the sides, because it's kind of keeping water. That's okay. Just get some scupper plugs and you'll be good to go for the winter. This is going to be awesome for deep water fishing if you're fishing ledges, because you can just spot lock. I'm actually selling the power pole too, just because between the blue sky and this, I'll have spot lock, and it works in probably less than 2-3 feet of water. So I'll still have my spike just in case I need to pop the motor up and anchor, but I will not need a power pole micro anchor, nowhere near as much. But top speed on this is with a 60 amp hour amped outdoors lithium battery. It's the one that's going to be in my wife's 106. I have a 100 amp hour battery from Amped Outdoors. It's lithium that's in the blue sky. I just got to switch it over to the Old Town box because it is the same plug, so I'll be able to move the box from one boat to another. But it was already installed in an Old Town box that fit under the seat, so I just grabbed hers, and I wasn't going to be out here very long. But I think 60 amp hours will last the majority of the day with this, depending on, your use. But with a spot lock, I'd definitely do 100 amp hours just to be safe. But with that battery on full charge, we got right around 4 miles per hour. So not as quite as fast as the Old Town 106 Minn Kota, but very close. Very, very close. but the maneuverability of this boat and the extra storage, I don't like that it doesn't have the big hatch in the front like the 106 does. I wish it did, but it's not that big of a deal. I think I made a bigger deal about it than in my head than I should have. Just there's not a lot of dry storage on this boat is the only thing. So you kind of got to pick and choose, but they do give you a nice spot that you can put 3 or 4 of those 3600 Plano boxes right here, like under your seat next to the battery. If you're in the high position, you can fit more. I think if you're in the low position, you can fit like 2. But so that's a nice feature that they gave you, so you have more storage in the back. If you just wanted to add rod holders on the tracks, and you could have your entire tank well open for a cooler or whatever, you dry bags, whatever, which is what I'm leaning towards doing, is just putting some rod holders on the tracks, so that way all my rods are, I don't need to pack a crate, and then all the tackle I'll bring is right here, and then I can throw my cooler or dry bag, whatever, on the back tank well. Here's another cool feature, is you can stand up and move your boat. You can't do that with any other boat. I mean, I can do it with the Blue Sky with a Minn Kota, but you can't do it with a pedal drive. With a paddle, you're gonna have to pick up your paddle, put down the paddle, pick up your rod, all that stuff. This, I can keep a rod in my hand, I can work a bank line. If I want to stop, I just hit the anchor and I'm held in place. Been a big Hobie fan in the past, but I think with this thing for the fishermen, when Hobie came out with the 360, everybody was amazed. But I feel like it only lasted 6 months, because in the last 6 months, ever since this thing came out, I guess it's been like 3 or 4 months, it's been nothing but the Old Town Autopilot. Because you literally get the same functionality with the 360, the maneuverability. However, you get spot lock, and you don't have to pedal, and you can stand up. So, a few tweaks on this boat, I mean, give it a few generations, I wouldn't let it stop me from buying it, but in a few generations, like 2-3 years, when they make little tweaks to this platform, man, it's gonna be a industry standard. It's gonna be hard for other companies to compete with this. You guys stay tuned for more videos. I'm gonna compare it to the 106 Minn Kota. I actually owned a PA 360 for 2 months, and then I sold it, and I'll explain why. I'm gonna do a review on that. I did get some on the water footage of that. I just haven't made it into a video yet. So I'll do a review on that, and I'll explain why. But I'm also compare this boat to that. I'm gonna compare this boat to the Blue Sky with the Minn Kota. So I'm going to do a lot of comparisons and videos with this Old Town Autopilot 120 and other Old Towns and Hobies and stuff like that. And for this price point, I mean, you get a lithium battery and you're still right around that PA 360 price with a lithium 100 amp hour battery. Yeah, I think I'm going to just start heading in. I just wanted to give you guys a quick on the water video. I got to get back home. I'm about an hour and a half away from home, so hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and stay tuned, subscribe, like this video, definitely subscribe if you want to see more about this boat and other Old Towns and Hobies and Blue Skies and stuff like that, and I'll see you in the next video.